Hi, everyone. We at Helpful Goat just want to acknowledge that things are really intense and scary and infuriating in the United States right now. We are feeling all of those things just as many of you are, and we just want to take this opportunity to say that Black Lives Matter and that we stand in solidarity with everyone who's hurting right now, with everyone who's fighting for their lives, and with everyone who's trying to make this country better than it currently is. Furthermore, we understand that solidarity means taking action, and that we all have a moral imperative to do what we can to fight for justice. That's why we're each donating what we can to organizations that further the cause of racial equity in the United States. And we'd like to invite you to do the same if you're able. If you can afford to donate, please see this episode's description for some links to organizations that you can support that way. If you can't, we'll also be listing ways you can help that don't cost any money. Either way, we hope you join us in taking time to consider your personal role in the ongoing fight for racial justice, and that you're taking care of yourselves and each other during this very difficult time. We also want to say that we view playing and creating with one another as a valuable and vital part of human life. We hope and plan to continue sharing our D&D games with all of you, not as an escape from the real world, but as an extension of it. As one example of how people can connect, communicate, and experience joy, excitement, and mutual meaning-making together in a world with all too much inequity and hate. For us, D&D is all about collaborative storytelling and world building, and we see value in that in a time when building a more just world together is absolutely essential. Thank you for listening. We love you all. Enjoy.
Welcome back to Burden, a muddy spot under the boot of the Gohomian army. If you have a sword, you best know when to draw it. If you have money, you've probably left. And if there's someone you trust in this forgotten place, you hold on to them. We're all just trying to make it here, and maybe we ain't looking too close about what you gotta do to be good in a place like Burden.
Welcome back, everyone. So, where we had just left off, the group had thoroughly searched the prison. Everyone's just getting clues to what's going on, but you've made a new friend in someone named Gromm Catchery. You brought him back to Tumbledown's Flower Crowns, and he seems to be a spy for the nation of Wigmoles, which means you have a very common enemy in the Goholmians around you. And he had mentioned that he's been hunted lately, and that they might catch him soon if you didn't help. But you did, and you've made your way to McKeck's place. You've stayed the night. Everyone has got a full night's rest, which means everyone's back up to full hit points, back up to full spell slots. All that fun stuff. So you awake in the morning. The town outside begins to sound itself awake. It is filled with people sort of shouting back and forth, and guards giving orders, horses, carriages being drawn. It is a lively, normal town again. So what is it that you would all like to do?
Well, first of all, this is a particularly lovely song to wake up to, so thank you for that. That was a lovely morning lament. I enjoyed that.
Enjoyable.
I don't know, gang. What do we want to do? Are we restless? Do we want to bounce out of town? Do we have stuff that I'm not a local here, so do you guys have stuff that you need to take care of before we go do something?
I mean, like just starting fires, burning the town down to save it from itself. That doesn't make sense when I say it out loud. Anyway,
I live here.
Yeah, I know. So do I.
And do you think Kalia might still be in town? The guards might have her somewhere else.
Yeah, so McKeck would sort of say, what was the exact message again, Andy?
That was written on the wall?
Yeah.
It was, Mick, I am fine, they have me.
So there's a message here that I think was from Kalia. It said that she's fine. They have her? I'm not entirely sure how those two sentiments go together. Damn it, I'm trying to remember. Mithenmere, the farmer. And Mithenmere said that she had arranged to use the path through his farm sometime tonight? Something big was coming through?
Whoa, that's what we in bounty hunting call a lead.
When she says they, I'm assuming she means the guards, right?
I would think so, but I can't be sure.
Is there a second prison cell in Burden? Or is there like an army barracks or anything like that? Do you guys know as locals?
And I was just about to ask Andy that, as would I know as a local?
Yeah, as locals, you don't know of any other prison cell. They seem to be using that one to hold people. However, they've definitely taken over other buildings in town. Warehouses, mayor's sort of estate, some of the nicer estates as well. So certainly there are other places they could be keeping her. But that would mean that she's something different than just like a common criminal, since all of you were just put in the prison.
I hadn't even technically committed a crime.
Right. You were just annoying.
Neither had I.
Hold up. Why would she feel fine if the Gahonian army had her? She a sympathizer?
Maybe she wants them to have her. Maybe she wants them to have her. She's gonna take them down from the inside. That sounds like something smart to do.
Right. In McKeck, she was certainly not a sympathizer.
I was going to say, that would seem significantly more likely than her being a sympathizer.
Maybe this is a good time for us to go over some of the details around your sister's disappearance. What do you know about her? Where do you think we should start here? Seems like we should probably stick around town at least to tonight. Maybe we can learn something from whatever's coming down Mithrandir's path.
Hang on, Mithrandir. Hang on.
Yeah,
Legally not Mithrandir.
If Mithrandir was here, we would have solved the mission 25 minutes ago. You guys, I've seen quite a few kind of theatrical plays in which they fake like someone has been kidnapped, and lots of times in those situations, so as not to alarm the family, the person that's kidnapped says, "Hey, don't worry about me, I'm fine," but they do have me. It's a way of saying, I'm still alive, but I have been taken. I don't think that she's given us any like sinister message here, like I'm part of the other crew. I think she's saying, I'm alive, they've not hurt me, but I have been kidnapped. McKeck, does that sound like your sister to me? To you?
It seems likely. The message was scrawled hastily and was in Druidic, which would mean that fewer people would be able to read it or know what the message that she'd left. And Andy, I'm assuming even if she didn't sort of fully become a druid, she was trained in Druidic.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming too.
Yeah, I was just kind of reaching out just to make sure. I'm like, wait, would this seem weird to McKeck? Like,
No, I don't think
she
so,
learned
yeah.
Druidic. That's cool.
Yeah.
Does she have a long grey beard? Because that's always a giveaway.
No beard that I'm aware of.
Okay.
It's possible. Kali has been more invested in the Wigmolian resistance. That's one of the reasons why, and I'm going to look at Gromm.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had seen her. She believed that the course that we needed to follow as healers was to support Wigmols more directly. I'm not sure I said that I would go that far, but I certainly believe that we should continue providing healing to anyone who required it. This was a bit of a difference of opinion with our parents.
Yeah, so it sounds like you might have a little bit of a lead. If you wanted to go get some supplies, Kryon, today. The town doesn't seem to be actively searching for you all, so you feel relatively safe about that.
Wait, did Mikak... Did I mishear that? Did Mikak pose a question to Gromm?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did he?
Not really. I had already posed the question of, did he recognize Kalia from when he had read my mind and turned into her? And I think that I would sort of blink, and Mikek will think about it and go, I understand that you're being pursued and may not have intended to be here, but if Kali is mixed in with these Wigmol liberation and resistance groups, do you know of anything that's happening in the near future here in Burden?
He sort of immediately goes to the window and kind of looks outside and draws the curtain, then comes back to you. Yes, the Koholian army is moving something. A weapon. A weapon they believe will end the war. I have no idea what it is, but some of our scouts got a bit of information to us that it might be coming through this area. I'm supposed to find out what this is and then meet up with my fighters in the north.
It feels like to me we're kind of getting pulled into someone else's war here, guys. How do we feel about this?
Well, we've all been pulled into this rugged damned war. I don't feel great about it at all.
I want them out of my fucking town. We did not invite them here. They are occupying, and they are really oppressive and rude, like way worse than when Connie was in charge. And that was not a good time. But this is like way worse. So, I mean, I don't want to like be in the war effort, right? Like I don't want to be on the front lines. I'm a spellcaster. But like, I don't know, I'm kind of okay with like at least screwing them up while they're here. We can be freedom fighters.
I'm mostly concerned that my sister may be mixed up in this, and in order to find her, it may be best to try to figure out what was going on. Tell me, Gromm, do you know any groups locally sympathetic to the resistance that might have more knowledge of what's happening?
Probably not. No, our information was very, very top secret. I'm probably the only one in this town that knows it, and honestly, that put a rather large target on my back.
I mean, I have a completely separate agenda, guys. If I'm gonna get involved in someone else's war, I'm gonna need some sort of incentive. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, I have incentive, but I totally get it if you guys don't like have like a reason to fight this war. I just want them out of my town.
Well, perhaps your sister and this war are not so dissimilar. Kryon, weren't you also looking for Kalia? Perhaps you continue on that path, I will continue on mine, and I am not sure they are that separate.
Wait, Kryon, are you looking for Kalia?
Well, he's looking for a music box, and he thinks Kalia might have it, if I heard that correctly.
Yeah. I was told that Kalia had a music box, which could be helpful with with helping me out with a certain nefarious part of my past that I'm trying to make sense of. It's a complicated story. I'll tell you at some point after after the next Ocarina session.
Looking forward to it.
You guys, before we leave, if we are to leave, I've been doing a little bit of research into the best supplies that a halfling might need when heading out on certain journeys. I don't know if this is even available in this town or where one might get one, but I'm kind of in the market for like a bottomless bag. Do you know what I mean? Like a bag that can hold almost a limitless amount of supplies, unless one of you guys already has one.
None of you have one on you now.
Yeah, no, I got a pocket dimension bag right here, and I would just pull it out and kind of gives you the middle finger. Are you kidding me? You think we got that kind of shit here in Burden? Come on.
Connie, we're supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be flipping people off. Why do you keep missing this memo?
All right. Maybe I'm in the wrong town for that. I just heard that was a fantastic upgrade to supplies, and I'm in the market for one, you know?
Actually, McKeck and Elif do know of a place that has one. It's called Boulder Downs, and it's actually just across the square here.
Boulder Downs has one. We could probably go, like, I don't know, light things on fire and take one? How does shopping work?
Not like that. Also, I rescind my request that you stop by my shop at some point. You can order through our catalog service.
Oh, okay. Sure.
But you'll probably just burn the catalog.
Yeah, I don't really, like, if I burn the catalog, do I get what I want? Do I, like, have to think about what I want while I burn it? Is this magic? Is catalog magic?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It sounds magic to me. Do you have a catalog I can burn?
All right, could we maybe stop this impromptu lesson about shopping by mail and just get out of here? Let's get Kryon here his damn bag at Boulder Downs, and while we're going around the town, we can look for clues about the location of your sister Kalia. At least as a bounty hunter, that would be my approach.
Master Kryon, if I secured a bag for your little group here, would this be some incentive to look unfavorably on the Gohonians?
Oh, you have the bag of which I speak.
I have the means to obtain it.
That sounds great. I'm telling you guys, I get these senses every so often, and I just feel like a bag in which anything that we can find, we can put in, and it's limitless kind of weight. Just feels like a good call to me. Yeah, that sounds great. I'm enthused.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. Come on, follow me. I'll show you the way. I know this town like the back of my paw.
Connie, that's sweet. Maybe I go alone, if you catch my drift, into Boulder Downs.
What drift you talking about?
If you catch my meaning.
Meaning? You mean like semantics?
How do you know semantics but not the word meaning?
I also had that question.
My god. No, I shall go alone, please.
All right, we'll stay here. Maybe you can play another one of your Ocarina ditties for us while we wait.
It would be my honor.
All right. He takes out off at the front door, kind of looks around, puts a hood up on his cloak, and dashes across the square. As Kryon pulls out the ocarina, just kind of blows through it a couple times, while Andy is pulling up the music.
The peek behind the curtain.
And just gives it a little non-Dominic Monaghan flurry.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
All right, yeah, that was good. That was good.
So 15, kind of 20 minutes maybe go by, and you see the figure again, rushing out of this place, holding a bag under his arm, and comes and knocks on Tumbledown's flower crowns very quickly.
Like knocks on the door?
Yeah. It is I, Gromm.
I'll open it.
Yeah, open it up. He comes inside. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Gotten for you, please do not ask how.
Did it involve fire?
No.
Oh.
As a small business owner, I feel deeply conflicted about this.
It's all right, Donatello. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm pretty sure one of the spears struck your head.
Maybe, I don't know. What I do know is that Gromm here came through and got us a bag, and since I'm not sheriff anymore, I'm not gonna ask any questions, Gromm. I take your semantics. All right, Kryon.
Jesus.
Kryon, you got your bag. Now what do you think we should do? I'm beginning to like your pluck and your forward thinking as to what we should be trying to accomplish. I'm all bugbear ears, if you know my drift.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all about this music box, you guys, and helping out a fellow crew member's hunt for their sister seems like the honorable thing to do. Macleod, you know your sister better than anyone else. Are you able to decipher anything in that message, or is there anywhere that you think we might start in this town, since this is where you come from?
Andy,
Yeah.
would I have any thoughts about that? Because she clearly wasn't in the prison.
Right. You think that some of the higher up Gohonians would probably know better than the lower soldiers, if they're keeping her, and that's. I mean, yeah. With all this talk of like a secret weapon being moved around, you're getting into secrets that are being held from most people. That's maybe your only option so far that you can think of.
Also, because the outrageously German knight,
Yes.
who was wandering around, was he involved in like me being brought in or anything? Like, did he hear me shouting about my sister? Was there any recognition? Did he seem to know why I would be there? Or was I just a public nuisance who they decided to arrest?
Right. He seemed to be the one that was very adamant. Even when some others argued, like, forget him, don't worry about him, ignore him. He
weighs way too much.
Yeah. He seemed to be one that was very adamant about you being silenced.
So Macleod, perhaps we should pay our friend with the bowel troubles a visit and see what he knows.
Oh, you think he survived that bandit attack back by the carriage?
He had rode ahead before the bandits attacked.
Yeah, I think this is a great idea. And if we need to, like, not just ask questions, but also start fires, I am, like, so well equipped for that. In case you didn't realize, I'm very good at starting fires. And also, now that we're level 3, I can be really super sneaky.
What is level 3?
I honestly just feel, Elif, I think I'm having a really great time with you, Elif. You seem like a really great person. Starting fires when you get any opportunity to do so in broad daylight in a town that you come from, it seems incredibly foolhardy. Like, can we wait until we're in a place where no one knows our name and we actually need like illumination or a distraction? Like, how have you not been like put in prison for the rest of your life at this point?
Oh, I have. I've been put in jail so many times. Not by Connie, because he wasn't very good at catching me, but like so many times, like tons of times. And my street gang would always drag me back out. They don't like me starting fires, I guess. I guess the people who run this place do not enjoy that.
I think you're great. I love your energy. I love the whole thing that's going on. But this this kind of like volunteering to be an arsonist at any particular point I don't think it's serving you, you know?
You know, this is why when I ran to be sheriff of this town, one of the big parts of my platform was that nobody should have the last name Fire. I just think it leads people down the wrong path.
Hey, I was born this way. This is my last name. But I will take your concerns into consideration.
As Elif is talking, you hear something land on the roof.
Oh.
What was that?
And then thump, thump, thump. And then silence.
I know you guys just told me not to use fire anymore, but do you want me to shoot it with fire?
That is my roof.
I know, but there's something on it.
How big did that sound?
It sounded big. And Kryon, you see Gromm sort of immediately cower in the corner.
Guys, it's time for us to sneak out of here. We gotta get out. Leonardo, do you have any kind of secret exit out of your shop?
I'm just pondering the entire, like, going through the list of, like, the Teenage Mutant Turtles, and I'm wondering if you're gonna, like, branch out into any other, like, mass media franchises at any point.
I got a list. I'm checking them off.
Okay, cool. I don't know. Andy, do I have a secret way out? I'm...
Not super secret. There's a back way that sort of leads into an alley right back here. Yeah.
Okay,
Or I guess, I mean, do we get the sense that these sounds are
thump, thump,
deliberate?
Thump.
That sounds like some deliberate thumping.
It's now something you can feel is walking across the roof. Something large.
Like a dog?
Give me a nature check.
And do we all see the Gromm's response to this?
Yes.
If he has a reaction. So now
16.
Yeah.
Nice.
16, it is quadrupedal. Yeah.
Y'all, I think it might be the demon dog. Like you said, you heard her howl last night, right? Right? Can I fire? Can I shoot at the ceiling?
it is on my roof. You will hit my ceiling. There's a difference architecturally.
Gromm, this is what's been chasing you? Some kind of weird-ass dog?
Not only a dog, his master too. But yes.
And his master would be...
At this you hear a scratch, scratch, scratch.
Oh, damn.
Some of the wood cracking underneath the scratching of something on the roof. And then you hear a thump thump on the ground outside. And even though it's mud and dirt and grass outside, you can hear the heavy footfalls going, just prowling around the building.
Well, we ain't in a locked runaway carriage now, and I'm not one to run away from a fight either. I say we take this thing down. Yeah, we got all our shit back.
Right. Okay, good.
Nice.
Connie will pull out his pike. It's a one-handed pike for now.
Yeah, I'm going to prepare an Eldritch Blast for the first sign of a demon dog.
Okay. You see a shadow cross in front of one of the windows. Something as large as a horse. And then thump, thump, thump around the room.
But it's outside,
it's
right?
It's outside.
Like
yes.
in this little green area?
Yeah.
Connie would, like you said, like he's not going to run away from a fight. He's not going to cower in here. He is running out to confront this thing. He's rested and he's ready for combat.
All right, you rush on out. You look around.
But Andy.
Yes.
Okay.
But
I know I get a sense of what you're about to say, but
okay.
Connie is also trying to be sneaky. He wants to see if he can surprise this thing.
All right, so give me a stealth roll.
McKeck's shield is on, and there's now a shillelagh. His club has been shillelagh'd.
17.
17. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, Connie, you rush up to the front door. Your back is then against it. You open it quietly, creak it open so that you can peer outside. You don't see anything for the moment. So you slip out very quietly, especially for your size, right around the other side of the door. You still do not see anything. In fact, you don't see anyone in the square right now at all.
Andy, I don't like this.
Okay. Noted, Adam. Noted.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can...
Sure.
Because you said, like, pretty much immediately before Connie would have run out, we saw some kind of shadow, right?
Sure, yeah. Kind of going around to the left side, yeah.
Yeah, Connie's looking around. Let's see. 10 perception. Ugh.
A 10. Connie, you hear the beating of your heart getting faster and faster and faster.
Ooh.
You're smelling the air and you smell what almost smells like a bit of burnt hair, perhaps? A little bit of sulfur in the
Ella,
air.
are you doing your hair in there? Damn it.
Not right now. It's not me.
And as you shout that back in...
I gave up my stealth position for a joke, a callback. God damn it.
Here's the thing, Connie. I'll give you inspiration for that. For giving up the stealth for the joke.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. All right.
Of course you are. He lost stealth.
As you do that, everyone on the inside sees something giant and large drop from the roof outside, on the other side of Connie. And Connie, you now hear something growl low and deep, otherworldly behind you. Why don't we go ahead and roll initiative, everyone?
Ooh, 15.
I got a 10.
I'm totally confused.
No, you're good.
So I clicked on me.
Yep.
Did I roll it? No.
Not yet. And then go to your Kryon vein.
My character
and then,
sheet.
Yeah. And then right next to armor class and speed up there is initiative, and click the word initiative.
Middle top of your character sheet.
Oh, I totally got it. I'm as a noob, I'm always looking down in the safety throws and skills section. I never seem to look in the rest of the sheet, but here we go. I totally wasted all you guys' time.
It's all good. It's all good.
I threw a 16.6. How come it turned into a
Beautiful
16.16 there?
Because you're fast. Yeah, your dexterity bumps up your initiative, so you are much quicker to act.
Nice.
And if you're asking about the decimal, it's a tiebreaker thing.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so I'm a noob. So let's go back. What do you mean a tiebreaker thing? What does that mean?
So that way, if, let's say I had rolled one higher so that I would also be at a 16.
Yeah.
All the actual dice plus our modifiers would say is these two characters, these two actions are both a 16, and roll 20 adds on just a random decimal so that it can actually sort in the initiative tracker.
Instead of, I guess initially in D&D, you would have the problem with characters having seeming like they're going to have to do the same thing, and now you do something different because someone rolls higher or lower.
Yeah, it just simplifies it, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, which means, Kryon, you're able to go first.
Boom.
So you see this giant shadow land on the ground outside. You hear the guttural growl. You know this is probably that thing that you saw in the carriage earlier. You are still inside at the moment.
I'm totally gonna try and use my new skill, which I've not used it before, the open hand technique.
All right.
Which says when you choose this tradition at level 3, blah blah blah, you can manipulate your enemy's key. Is that how you say it? Key.
Yeah.
When you harness your own. Whenever you hit a creature with one of the attacks granted by your flurry of blows, you can impose one of the following effects on that target. So I have to find out if I actually hit the creature first. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. And then you can apply an effect. by spending a key point, I think. Or no, just doing it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So what do I roll? Is that what I do?
All right, so yeah, do you rush out the front door?
Yeah, I rush out the front door and just...
All right, you face this horse-sized hound in front of you. And yeah, give me a normal attack first, your martial attack.
You got it.
A 15 does. A 15 hits, yeah.
Ooh, thank goodness.
So you jump in the air and just kick this thing across the face. A bit of ember sort of comes out of its mouth and floats to the ground. And if you want, you can do your flurry of blows by spending a key point.
Yeah, so do I get to choose one of these three here, Andy? Is that right?
You will, yeah. So go ahead and make 2 more martial attacks. And then if you hit with one of those, you can impose one of those effects.
Oh,
that's a critical hit.
Amazing.
So it also applies to coming back out of break.
Yeah, it seems to be, you guys.
This is the early game
Evidently,
again.
yeah. We evidently reset, yeah. Interesting. You crack it across the face with one of your kicks, and then you come and bring your foot back around, knocking out one of its fangs immediately.
Oh, wow, you guys.
And give me one more of those attacks. A 17 hits as well. Ooh-hoo. So then you come down, bring your elbow just down on top of this thing as you're coming back down to the ground. Which of those effects, because you hit twice with your flurry of blows, which of those effects would you like to try to impose?
But I still only get to take one of these, yeah? Or do I get 2? I get 1.
Yeah, you can choose one of them.
What? I'm sorry, this is such a noob question, but what does that mean?
You're good.
It can't take reactions until the end of your next turn. What does that mean?
That means he doesn't get any attacks off of his turn. So, like, if someone's moving around him, he doesn't get that opportunity attack. Or if he has some other sort of special things that happen on reactions, he won't get to do that either.
Okay, cool.
So it does kind of like stun him for just a second, a little bit.
I feel like I might do the first one. It must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. Knocked prone means it falls down and it can't perform an action. Is that right? Boom.
Yeah, it falls down. He rolled a 6.
6.
You come down with your elbow, then crack him in the head. Slamming his head into the dirt, and the mud sprays up around it. He's now what is considered prone, which also then means anyone who attacks him while he's down has advantage on their attack, which is much easier to hit.
I mean, guys, I feel like at this point, Kryon kind of takes a bow and just like steps back and lets the rest
Beautiful.
of the crew kind of jump in for a second.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That was such a spawny amount of throws, you guys. I love that.
He does not try to bite at you as you back away from him at all. He is on the ground hoping to regain his composure here. Very nice, very good. Makek.
So he's prone?
Yes.
So I'm gonna walk forward and hit him with my shillelagh.
All right.
While sort of shouting, "Off the flowers!"
All right, give me a swing.
19? Because he's prone, right? Or
He is
18.
prone, yep. 18 does hit, yeah.
4
4
bludgeoning.
damage. All right, Makek, do you want to move, or you gonna stay there?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna back up.
All right. Sounds good.
And if possible, I'm actually gonna back up in such a way that I'm trying to give Elif some sort of cover.
Oh, okay, sure. You kind of step back into the doorway because Elif is still inside at the moment. All right, this thing is struggling to its feet. Connie, you have an opportunity attack here if you want, because it's trying to get up in front of you.
Cool. Can I'm going to ask you if I can have entered rage when I screamed at Elif, because I thought she was doing her hair. Could I have gotten into rage
Yeah.
before combat officially started?
Probably not, because you weren't sure combat was going to start, and you were trying to be sneaky at the time.
Okay. Well, then and I can't do that on an opportunity attack.
Right.
So yeah, I will take this opportunity though to try to swing at it with my one-handed pike.
All right.
And I have pulled out my shield.
Okay. Good to know. Oh, another crit hit.
Yes.
Nice.
It's a critical hit. How you like that shit? So everyone else sees Connie just whip around. His duster flies up in the air as he spins, and silently, you didn't even see him produce the pike in his right arm as he shoves it into this thing as it's trying to get up. So that's 8 more damage to it. Very nice.
I have another noob question for you guys. So when this whole battle started, I had this whole turn order kind of pop-up window come up on my map.
Yeah.
Is that because at this point the battles can sometimes kind of feel a little overwhelming in terms of who's scored what and whose turn it is? So the computer kind of generates a little list to tell you where we're at and what's happening. Is that why that happens?
Yeah.
And then
100%,
it'll disappear once the fight is over. Is that what it is?
Exactly, yeah. The Hellhound is going now, and Connie is up after that. And then
cool.
Elif, and then Kryon again. Yeah, it's nice that it keeps track of that for us.
Yeah.
And as a bigger thing in D&D, normally we're in sort of free role-playing, right? We're just describing what we're doing, we're talking, and we're not keeping track of time or who's acting when very closely. When you go into combat, it suddenly really matters who's going when.
Right.
So the concept of keeping these turns and keeping track of them in rounds is a thing in any D&D.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
You just manually keep track of it if you were playing at home on a tabletop.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. This thing is just snarling and growling and looking at all of you. Connie, you see it, as well as, McKeck. You both see it, puff out up its chest. You see embers glow in its mouth, and then it sort of howls straight at you, a cone of flame out of its mouth. And I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
I'd rather not, though.
I don't think I have any benefits that affect my dex saves.
I don't think so.
I fumbled.
And I got a 5, but yeah, fumble, that's even worse. Yikes.
I'm probably about to go straight down, by the way.
All right, that is 18 fire damage to both of you. As McKeck, you also get shoved straight through the door, your smoking turtle shell flying straight past Elif further into the room. You are now prone back there, McKeck, as the flame blew you away from this thing, and now it just snarls, and if a giant hellhound could smile, you see that happening at this moment.
I hate everything about the past couple of days. Ugh.
Connie, you put out some of the embers on your shoulder. What are you gonna do?
All right. The flame attack will immediately remind Connie of every one of the 10 times that Elif fucked up his shit as sheriff. And this will cause him to enter a rage. Not at this beast, but at Elif.
Okay.
I'm like the inspiration. I'm the muse for your rage. It's beautiful.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yes, you are. So now I have resistance to certain types of damage, advantage on strength stuff, and some extra damage with melee weapon attacks. But I also am going to attack recklessly.
Beautiful.
So I can have advantage on melee weapon attack rolls.
Yeah.
So I will do that with my one-handed pike.
Okay.
See what happens.
17 hits.
And it's 8 piercing, and with rage, that's an additional 2 damage, I believe.
All right. Kryon, because you've studied like how to react, how to move in combat, you see this giant bugbear of a person like just fling his shield and his arms wide as he's swinging at this thing. It's leaving him wide open for an attack, but it's incredibly fast, and it catches this beast right in the shoulder.
Nice.
And it snorts out flame at you, Connie. Still up, though it looks incredibly hurt.
Elif. Rugged, damn it, Elif.
Elif, it's your turn.
I didn't understand why he's shouting my name. Also, fire! Apparently, because my keg's on fire.
Yep.
I'm gonna just kind of poke my head and hands out the doorway and
All right.
try to remember what actions these are. Hold on. Okay, and cast Hex on the demon doggy as a bonus action.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna pick Dex as the ability check that it has disadvantage on.
Okay. Yeah, as you've watched Kryon sort of try to trip and manipulate this foe, you think that's a very wise combination.
And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast it.
Right.
So
8.
does an 8 hit?
Does not. It sees you come out, sort of perform the hex, and then it very quickly kind of dodges out of the way right next to Connie as the beam goes over its head.
Wow, super rude, demon doggy. And I'm gonna duck back inside the house.
All right. Kryon, you see this thing. It's snorting heavily. It's very wounded. What would you like to do?
So I can't do my open hand technique again, right? That's a one-time thing, right?
You can do it every time you use Flurry of Blows, and you can do that as many times as you put a key point into it.
But I only have
2 left. Yeah.
2 left.
Right.
You can spell right.
And that you'd have to rest to get those back.
Right, which is it happens, right? You rest relatively easy.
Sure.
Otherwise,
Yeah, it's just taking an hour throughout the day to just calm down. And, yeah.
Otherwise, all I would do would be what's my version of kind of a basic attack? What would that be, like a run and kick or a run and punch type thing? What would that be?
Yeah. You have 2 kind of choices. Basically, is you run up to it, and then you can perform 2 attacks against it, or you stay back from range and you throw one of your darts at it.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to run up and smash this thing, and then when my go is finished, I'm stood right next to it, because then I'm obviously in harm's way. So I'll throw my dart. There's nothing that I can do with my dart, right? I can't
do anything
poison it.
special yet.
I can't.
Yeah, not
I can't
yet.
set it on fire. None of that kind of stuff. Okay, I'll just throw my dart. So I'm gonna checking. I'm gonna click my dart button, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Nice.
21. That does hit for 7 damage. Dom.
Yo.
Please paint a picture. You just killed this thing. How did you do it? Go ahead and tell me what it looks like.
Okay, nice. I think Kryon kind of gets himself into a zen-like kind of focused stance with his dart in his right hand, and takes it back in a very measured manner and throws it with a huge amount of kind of concentrated intention towards this creature. It goes through the animal's eye and disappears, and then all Kryon sees and the rest of the crew sees is a tiny little miniature explosion of blood coming out of the back of its head where the dart exits. The creature looks around at Connie, at the group, at Kryon. Its tongue lolls to one side, and it just falls to the floor, dead.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Jesus Christ, Dom, you are good at Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell yeah.
Yeah! I was feeling that fight, you guys.
That was awesome.
As the beast slumps down, its body starts to burn and kind of go to ash, and it, with its very last amount of consciousness, it kind of releases a
Oh.
and then burns up in ash. And somewhere further in town, you hear an echoing.
Shit.
And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Dom and Dragons.
Wow.
If you enjoyed this, let us know. Give us a follow on Twitch. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. On Twitter and Facebook at Helpful Goat. Listen to the Goats and Dragons podcast wherever you get your podcasts. That's where we're publishing these. We're super excited you could join us tonight. Thanks so much for hanging in there with this live recording. We love you all so much. Thanks for being there. Stay safe. Hang in there, everyone. And from all of us on Dom and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Woo!
Bye.
Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great evening.
Good night, you dudes.
Killer.
That was badass, Dom. Well done.
That was a,
What a
that was
description.
That was a fun fight at the end, you dudes. I really dig. I mean, there's so much that I dig about this game, but I think, I mean, obviously you guys have been playing it for so much longer than me, but it really comes to life when the randomness of the dice roll kind of puts you in danger or turns you into a hero immediately. You know, that was really fun. That was really fun.
Beautiful.
Andy has literally written academic papers about how chance and randomness make D&D one of the best modes of storytelling.
Yeah.
And I'm inclined to agree with him.
It's wild, right? I mean, I've been playing Divinity Original Sin now for, I don't know, 3 weeks, and it's basically Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, Skyrim is kind of Dungeons and Dragons with less dice roll opportunities, but still the kind of scenarios. But I mean, Divinity Original Sin, you know, it's turn by turn fighting based on your abilities and your choices, and it's such an influential game. And I just I remember friends at school playing it and me not really understanding it, but being super intrigued. And I remember walking past these shops in Manchester where I grew up, where they had those little kind of models that you could paint and play those little games on like kind of 3D hills and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's basically like 3D Dungeons and Dragons. And just thinking, that looks like fun, but I have no one to do it with. So it's so fun to be able to be doing it when I'm 43, you know?
Yeah, nice.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. And if you got a second, if everyone could just kind of, say a cool thing that you did tonight or that you enjoyed, that would be awesome.
I liked my callback to how Elif did her hair. And I'm glad that it got me inspiration, and that was fun.
I liked that I'm like trying to have Elif grow. I know I said this last week too, but I'm trying to have Elif grow as a person, right? So like take input from her party members and not just be chaos all the time. She's like thinking about what you guys are saying to her. Like maybe fire isn't always the answer. Who knows?
I think I enjoyed, I know it's a really minor thing, but I enjoyed getting to describe Tumbledown's flower crowns.
Nice.
And just hope I got like across the space of like, this is actually a really like warm, cozy shop. And going off of that, Adam, I loved your comment of this is the least burden place in Burden.
Yeah.
It's like,
that was cool.
That was what I was going for. So,
Of course, as I was tracking mud all over the place.
yeah, McKeck's side about that.
Yeah, that really painted the picture for me too. Obviously I'm new to this crew and I'm new to this game. I really love how authentic everyone is sticking to their characters. I mean, I don't know you guys as characters as long as you all have known each other, but very quickly you guys have stayed totally authentic to what you've been from minute one. So once we walked into McKeck's house, I kind of knew how that Connie was, probably going to be a tiny little bit disrespectful without meaning to be, and that Elif was going to make herself comfortable and kind of lounge out, and that Kryon was going to offer to help and then play the ocarina. Like, I just love the fact that I think maybe this has been my major thing from the start, that it really is a ragtag, unruly group of people that in other situations would never be together, but they've been forced to be together and we're making it work. That's a great way to think about how people come together in life, so
Totally.
Yeah,
I really dig that.
I gotta say, like, at least from my perspective, I think we all feel this way, but I'll speak for myself, that, like, yeah, it's awesome that kind of we have a sense of each other's characters. And I appreciate the authenticity remark, although I think that Connie, once he starts using the word semantics, that's like, okay, what's going on here? No, I was going to say that, yeah, the characters are getting a sense of each other and there's some authenticity there. But also, I just want to highlight and show some appreciation for the fact that, Dom, you stepped into, like, a group of players who, like, yeah, have a lot of experience playing with each other. And, like, I feel immensely comfortable playing with you, and not just comfortable like, okay, this works, more like just it's a really fruitful tone, I think, that you're kind of helping to cultivate coming into the group, and like I just feel really good about it. So, and that does not, I don't think that is a given in D&D.
No, it's definitely not. Yeah. No, it's
I totally appreciate that. That's really cool. I mean, I was lucky enough to get involved with a bunch of kind of young improvisational theater from the age of kind of 11 or 12. And the main teachings in all of that and all the way through it was to subscribe to the whole yes and thing, you know? So anything that someone says, I'm like, yes, and what about this? As opposed to like, no, that's a bad idea, let's do something else, you know? So
Totally.
Yeah, that was really fun tonight.
This has been Dom and Dragons, presented by Helpful Goat Gaming. If you enjoyed what you heard and want to hear more, check out our main Dungeons & Dragons campaign, The Fates of Rin, right here in the Goats & Dragons podcast feed. You can also check out our other podcast, Helpful Goat Presents, where we play one-shots, shorter campaigns, as well as have conversations about D&D and role-playing in general. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Helpful Goat. And if you want to hear us play live, you can follow and subscribe to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/helpfulgoat. You can also chat with us and other Helpful Goat fans in our brand new Discord, or donate to our Ko-fi page to help us keep creating content by clicking the links in this episode description. And last but not least, please consider rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, or Stitcher. We are a small independent game design firm and would really appreciate the support. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.